Welcome. I'm so pleased to welcome everybody to the town hall for this quarter. Today, we're kicking it off with Chris Hocevar, our CEO, and I will hand it over to him now to welcome everybody.
Thanks so much, Megan, and welcome everybody. Three things I want to cover today. One, a little bit of a step back and appreciation moment to dig into some of the things that are kind of happening around us. So where we're at as a company, our health, and then kind of the marketplace we sit in. And then last but not least, a little bit of celebration before the big festivities of the rest of the meeting kick off. So let me start first and foremost on a personal level. I am truly humbled and grateful to be a part of the Help at Home family. I just crossed over my 4 years being part of the family. It's a company that means something deeply personal to me, my family, but it's actually a joy day in and day out. And I want to thank all of you for having the ability to work alongside of you and for all of those that spend their time day in and day out touching and creating those ripples that have impacts on thousands and thousands of people's lives every day. It is truly a pleasure. It is truly an honor to be part of this team. So no matter where you're at in the organization, no matter what role you have, whether you're in payroll, whether you're in legal, whether you're in finance, whether you're a recruiter, or whether you're a leader responsible for our care teams, and so many other critical roles, you are and will continue to be the lifeblood of Help at Home. And I'm so very proud of each and every one of you. What you do matters and has a meaningful impact in the lives of so many people every given day. As a company, we have and will continue to wake up each day to serve the needs of others. That's the core of who we are, guided by the belief that we can and will help our clients live with independence and dignity at home. All of us have, I'm sure, had neighbors, friends, family members who have either received our care or have received care like what we provide and know the value of it and the degrees of freedom and just the joy it is to be able to live your life in your home and to have others be able to support that life. And that is something that is very, very meaningful. It's a noble mission for sure. Is it a mission that's achievable to allow people and to support them living in the home with degrees of freedom and dignity? Absolutely. And is it personally satisfying? For sure. So I want to thank all of you for being an inspiration to me. Allows me to wake up every day. Sun comes up every morning, as my father used to say, for a reason, and it's to shine bright lights on things that are great. And it's been a true pleasure to work with all of you, and I look forward to the many, many years ahead. On us, kind of the world around and kind of the health of our company, I want to first by just recognizing that there's a lot of change internally recently, and there's a lot of noise externally, some of which have to do with our industry, some of which just have to do with basic humanity. And it's a lot to absorb. And I want to thank all of you for kind of getting up, seeing that sunrise, and kind of leading through that change. As a company, we are in very, very good health. We've got plenty of money to support our growth and capabilities. We got plenty of money to expand into new markets. And we've got plenty of money to sit aside and make sure that we support our care teams and what we do day in and day out. We will continue to invest and grow our impact in the lives of those that we serve and those that take care of them. We are always growing. We will continue to grow because that just means that we have that much more opportunity to do more for more, to do more for more other people's families, to do more for our neighbors, to do more for the communities in which we serve. And we'll always look for ways to be better. From my perspective, I believe our future is quite bright. Our impact will be measured through the stories that others share about us for decades. And I would encourage all of you that if you have stories that in your most recent branch visit and your most recent client interaction, your most recent caregiver interactions, please, I plead, please share those with the teams, but more selfishly, please share those with me. This is the energy and the gas that just continues to get replenished in my team. I love hearing the stories about not only what we have done well, but also things that we can be doing better. So let me shift gears and do a little bit of celebration before I turn it over to Michelle. Lots of unbelievable anniversaries on the page. So two individuals celebrating 30 plus years, Deanne and Deb, congratulations. 25 years, Maureen and Christy. 20 years, Elizabeth, Angela, and Douglas. 15 years, Hirela, Giselle, Laura, William, Cheryl, and Guadalupe. And in 10 years, Kate, Yi, Elizabeth, Dante, Diane, Regina, Milagros, Darwin, Latasha, Emily, Jewel, Elizabeth, Norma. And on our 5 years, we have Regina, Amy, Alan, Krista, Barbara, Amber, Lydia, Raven, and Sarah. Team, thanks for the tenure first and foremost, but thanks for the love and energy and passion you bring into your job every day. It's contagious to all of us, and I want to thank you for being a part of the Help at Home family and look forward to celebrating many, many more anniversaries with all of you and many of your peers. With that, I'll turn it over to Michelle.
Great, thanks, Chris. And I just want to echo my congratulations and thanks to all of those of you who are celebrating really incredible milestones with the organization. You fuel us, you power us, you motivate us. So thank you so, so much for your continued service. I want to double down for a couple of minutes on one of Chris's comments around what it means to be a category of one. And this is something that is so embedded into our DNA, how we think about our impact that we deliver collectively to our clients, doing more for our clients, for our care teams, of which all of you on the call and your teams who are not on the call are part of. So how we're doing more for all of you, our care teams, and how we're continuing to show up to do more for more in the community. And I don't know if you picked up on this word that Chris used in his opening, but this notion of ripples. And we've been talking pretty extensively as a leadership team around what does it mean to create ripples that turn into waves of lasting change and impact. And I want to share an experience that we had with about 140 of our leaders a couple of months ago. So we brought this group together. We come together once a year for our Category of One meeting. And this meeting played out in Philadelphia this year. And we really anchored our 2 days centered around our shared purpose, really expanding on what it means to serve as a category of one. And we did this through really deep and diverse storytelling of how very small actions, whether it's by one person, one team, through this lens of curiosity, courage, and conviction, can really create lasting change for the communities that we serve. And it is these individual actions, these ripples, that truly collectively shape the lives and families and communities that we serve. And so hence this notion of ripples to waves. And that really became our rallying cry when we were together in Philadelphia in April. As part of that conversation, we couldn't help but do a wonderful retrospective on our 50 years of contribution to the community. We are in the middle of our 50th anniversary year, which is incredible. And so we celebrated our legacy through a retrospective on Help at Home's compounded positive impacts over our truly humbled years of service. And we did that through hearing incredibly powerful stories of the whys behind what we do, exploring both our deep kind of custodial obligations toward purpose and service, as well as the continued progression of our culture so that all of you and all of our Help at Home employees feel a deep connection to what it means to do more for more and what it really means to be a category of one in the communities that we serve. We also balanced that retrospective with a look ahead. We dove deep into exploring the future of home care over the next 25 to 50 years, what's required to really lead in a dynamic and rapidly changing labor and healthcare landscape. We discussed topics such as the aging U.S. population, what it means to ensure that we have a ready pipeline of caregivers, and that really being a very pressing societal and economic opportunity for us ahead, and the imperative that we feel for building a sustainable and scalable ecosystem that really enables our caregivers and our care teams to really thrive, and ultimately what it means to elevate the profession of caregiving, which in turn enable us to elevate the care for those so that they can live with dignity as they're aging in their home. And so I share this because I'm really excited to bring to all of you a little bit of the experience that we had together when we were sitting in the same room in Philadelphia over the virtual airwaves. We've asked a couple of teams across our care organization to share their stories and really talk about how they are enacting and creating ripples that are creating waves of lasting change for the people and the teams that they serve and support every day. So I'm really excited to introduce my next guests, Ellie Dorfman and Nick Minio from our Philadelphia market to talk about their care team. Thank you, guys. Are you on?
Yep, you guys on? Awesome.
Thanks so much, Michelle.
Let me get our video up and running for us. You want to introduce yourself before we get that going?
Hey, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Eli Dorfman, and I'm one of the client management leaders with our Philadelphia office. So today I'm super proud and excited to be highlighting one of our IDD clients, Dennis, and also highlighting some of the individuals who are working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that clients like Dennis have a successful outcome. And it's not just Dennis, it's all of the many clients we serve here at Help at Home. So as Michelle touched, we had our leadership conference in Philadelphia, and we were able to all share Dennis's story, and we got this sweet video of him and his caregiver, Rochelle. We'll walk us through a little bit of that.
Dennis is my older sibling. He's an outgoing guy. He likes scenery, theaters. He loves to be around crowds. He just likes to be acknowledged. You know, he wants all attention on him, and as he should, and he needs it and deserves it. You know, and I gives it to him, pours it out on him with the other care team. You know, they are the exact same two people that I need for this team. With the energy that they have, that they bring to the table, it kind of matches Dennis. You know, and that means a lot. He wants to be acknowledged. He can tell, he can sense it when you don't acknowledge him. You know, as you see, he can feel it. All attention was on him. And that makes him feel good inside. And that's what we do every day, all day. In the public, in the community. He speaks, he waves, he interacts, engages when we out in the community, along with his dog. He loves his dog. And Dennis loves church as well. He loves church. He's there and he's intact. I don't know where he stems from it, but he loves being in that environment. This is what balances him out. He has to go on his daily outing. And most of all, he needs his meals and snacks on time. Food is his fixation. As long as he has his meals and snacks on time, he's your best friend. I am his caregiver, true, but I think my position, I always say my position is a little different from the other two young ladies because this is my sibling. Um, I treat him as a brother. I don't look at Dennis as an individual. He's my sibling. He's my oldest brother, and that's what I address him as, and that's what I see him as. But in the work field, um, I'm his caregiver. But for most, my main title is being a good sister. Very good. Give a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up.
He's like, oh gosh, I'm done performing.
Say,
All right, so hope everyone got to enjoy that little snippet into Dennis and Rochelle's relationship and how she cares so deeply for him, and really allows him to be as independent of an individual as possible. And I think what most people don't see is everything that goes into delivering just 1 hour of care for people like Dennis. Um, Behind every hour of service for our clients, there's a coordinated effort from intake to onboarding and staffing to scheduling, compliance, education, timekeeping, and ongoing support. And for people like Dennis and Rochelle, who really count on us every single day, these functions are absolutely crucial in ensuring they receive the quality care and quality support that they need and deserve. So I first want to pass it off to our wonderful Nick Minio, who's our IDD client management leader, and he helps support our individuals with intellectual disabilities. And he's going to talk a little bit more about his relationship with Dennis and a little bit more about the effort that goes into ensuring the delivery of quality care for our clients.
How's it going, everybody? So for those of you guys who weren't already aware, yes, we do support individuals with intellectual developmental disabilities. That's things like autism, Down syndrome, and other cognitive impairments. I've had the privilege, since being a part of the caregiver, client management team, to really get to know Dennis over the years. He's actually been with us since 2019, believe it or not, and he gets around the clock care from us. Dennis, his story is really remarkable. He, at one point in time, was actually in Penhurst Hospital, which is a mental health hospital. It's since closed down. It's kind of a very infamous hospital, and you can Google it and see some of the things that happened there. It was what was referred to, or what is now colloquially referred to, as a asylum. And so Dennis was able to get out of that institutionalized care. He lives with his sister Rochelle that you saw on the video, and we are able to provide some other staffing for him, and he gets care around the clock now, which enables him to live at home and also be an active member in the community. I'll say, knowing them over the years, Rochelle is such a great, colorful character, as is Dennis, and they go everywhere with their little dog. They come to all of our events all of the time, and they know us really well because we're part of their client team. And as that client team, we oftentimes are the ones that are dealing with a lot of the fires, right? But we also get a lot of the recognition when things are going right. But there are, as Eli was kind of explaining, an army of people in the background that make just 1 hour of care possible. And so part of what we're doing today is going through and emphasizing all of the effort that some of our supportive departments put in for us behind the scenes to make that care delivery possible. And so I'm going to pass back over to Eli. He's going to go through some of the folks that we have representation from through each one of those departments.
Thanks, Nick. So back in February of this year, as I'm sure many of you know, we introduced our brand new More for More model in the Pennsylvania market. And in this new model, we introduced 3 separate pillars to our care team to add a more streamlined focus and approach to each individual aspect of care delivery. And this also allows us to better serve our clients and caregivers. So with us today, we have a few leaders from these teams who are going to share a little bit about their roles in our new model, and also how each of them creates such a tremendous positive impact for the individuals that we serve. So want to get us started off with our lead onboarding specialist, Brendan Brown. And he's going to share a little bit about how he sets the tone and really sets the first impression of Help at Home when a prospective client and caregiver contacts us looking to be brought on board.
Thanks, Eli. Thanks, Nick. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brendan Brown, and I'm proud to serve as a lead onboarding specialist for the Pennsylvania and Delaware markets. As Eli and Nick shared, our clients are the very heart of everything that we do here at Help at Home. It's what motivates us each day to be a part of the community, to be part of a community deeply committed to caring for others and helping them thrive. In the recruiting and onboarding department, we bring that mission to life by dedicating our energy, compassion, and determination to one goal: delivering an exceptional hiring experience for our caregivers. Because then when we care for them, they can care more fully for our clients. Every hour of care provided begins with the effort of a remarkable team working behind the scenes. Our team walks alongside our caregivers, folks like Rochelle, as they navigate the hiring journey. Rochelle is not just applying for a job, she's balancing her own responsibilities, like caring for her brother, while completing forms, background checks, and other items. Stories like hers happen not once or twice, but hundreds of times each quarter. And in every case, our team responds with empathy, support, and commitment to helping caregivers reach their goal, serving the people they love, whether that's a parent, sibling, friend, or neighbor. Our recruiting specialists are flexible and thoughtful, scheduling interviews around caregivers' lives as well as perform a variety of other tasks to assist our onboarders with their caregivers' hires. Our onboarding specialists offer clear guidance explaining every step of the process and helping caregivers obtain what they need to succeed. Meanwhile, our support team works diligently behind the scenes, processing background checks and supporting the onboarding flow. And finally, our senior onboarding specialists are the last to speak with the caregivers before they assume their new role, providing them with the confidence, tools, and knowledge to be successful from day one. From a separate standpoint, our sales operations teams play a vital role in the matching of recruited caregivers to clients who may not already have a caregiver available to them. This endeavor involves the coordination and communication to several internal and external partners for both the client to be onboarded successfully and their services started. This level of dedication happens every single day, and it's woven into the spreadsheets we manage and the lives we touch. With that, I'd like to hand over to Felicia Newton, our Senior Client Service Supervisor, who will share more about how she helps create great days and meaningful moments for our caregivers and clients.
Thank you, Brennan. Hello, everybody. My name is Felicia Newton. I'm a Senior Client Service Supervisor here with Help at Home, serving out of the Pennsylvania, Philadelphia office. My role consists of providing dependable, trustworthy services to our clients. Once they are onboarded, I like to introduce myself, get to know the client, get to know the caregiver, get to know their needs a little bit better and more detail. Also making sure that they're maximizing all the support and resources that we have available to them. A part of also making a very personable relationship with introducing myself. I also like to get birthdays, when their birthday comes up, calling them, wishing them a happy birthday, sending a birthday card. Also, when you're doing a welcome call or just a general check-in just to see how they're doing, if they happen to mention that they might be a first-time grandparent, giving those well wishes. So you really want to create a really personable relationship with them and making them feel comfortable, letting the clients know that they're not an admission ID number, that they are an individual and that we want to, cater to their individual needs, and letting them know that they are important, not just telling them, but showing them. Also, we like to keep open communication, making sure that their profile is up to date, making sure that addresses, phone numbers, emergency contacts, all that information is up to date. Anything can happen. We know with the world today, there's all types of emergencies, and we would just want to make sure that their care is top priority. Also with that is making sure that the clients do stay within compliance. the last thing we want is for a client to feel as though they're going to lose their caregiver because they're out of compliance. We all know with a lot of the clients having a new caregiver come into their home that to them is a stranger, and we completely understand it. We always want to make sure that their safety is top priority. Although we do have a lot of caregivers within staff agency models, not everyone wants everyone just walking through their home. So we get that. We just want to make sure there's that comfort, there's that communication. We want to make sure that our caregivers are staying compliant so that they don't have to worry about that. And in turn, with making sure that the caregivers are compliant, our job as the client service supervisors is working closely with Ivan, and he is in our caregiver service supervision team. And he does a wonderful job with communicating with all of us. Like I said, we all are a team. We all work together. So that goes hand in hand. And that's pretty much on my end. I'm going to pass it off to Ivan, and he'll go into more detail with his department.
Thank you, Felicia. I appreciate it. As Felicia mentioned, first of all, hi everyone. Good afternoon. Appreciate you for joining us. But my name's Ivan Robinson, as Felicia mentioned, and I'm the manager of our caregiver service specialist team, overseeing our Philadelphia and Delaware offices. In the caregiver management department, just like every other department, we look to assist and provide meaningful impact every single day so that our clients are able to receive quality care in the comfort of their homes. It starts with clients like Dennis, but as you know, even just seeing the video, sometimes it can't be done with caregivers like Rochelle, who sometimes not only provide the care, but they are the main point of contact and sometimes the decision makers for our clients. First and foremost, we like to build a positive and trusting relationship with our caregivers through touch points. We have touch points labeled date of hire, day prior to first shift, day after first shift, your first week of employment, and then 30, 60, 90 day, which could differ depending on whether you're a recruited or family preferred caregiver. This just helps ensure folks like Rochelle and other caregivers settle in and don't need anything in the immediate or just moving through their first couple days of employment as they get accustomed to their new position. I think we all know how nerve-wracking or just, unsettling starting a new position or new job can be. So we want to make sure all of our caregivers like Rochelle are, comfortable. Specifically, though, we really kind of act as a problem resolution team for our caregivers like Rochelle, just assuring their questions and issues are resolved in a timely manner. We can assist with questions about pay stubs, pay rate, PTO balance, and the actual entry of the PTO, demographic changes, such as address or telephone number updates in case that changes, retrieval of tax forms, and then as you know, a couple of my team members mentioned coaching and re-education for certain caregivers who might need it on the aspects of EVV protocols or incident reporting. Those who just need some reminders if it's a first time situation, right? So we're here for that, and honestly, much more if the situation calls for it. Additionally, a big part of the care team, or a big part in our role within the care team, as Felicia mentioned, is compliance. Caregivers like Rochelle, we want to keep them compliant and active after onboarding does so initially. Shout out to Brendan and his team. Just so that they can continue to provide that exceptional care to our clients like Dennis, so they can remain active in the community and get that quality care in their home without any lapses. If Rochelle and the other caregivers, on that case aren't compliant, they could face possible hold statuses, which could cause lapses in shift confirmation and pay. It might not cause technically lapses in care for clients like Dennis because, looking at Rochelle and seeing the care she provides for him, she won't leave Dennis out to hang. But we want to reward our caregivers, for providing that care for them. And if they, provide that services, they deserve to be paid for it. With the pay confirmations, that can, like I mentioned, cause some lapses. But I'll turn that over to Krista, our amazing manager in CTA, who can explain a little bit more about, her and what her team, provides in detail to the care team. Krista?
Thanks, Evan. Hi, everybody. I am Krista Moyer. I am one of the caregiver time and attendance managers in Pennsylvania. I specifically oversee our Philly, Pennsylvania office, as well as the ODP and Delaware markets. The caregiver time and attendance team aka the CTA team, as you're going to hear us most frequently refer to, we are responsible for electronic visit verification. At its core, EVV is about accountability, transparency, and trust. The EVV systems that we have and that we utilize and that our caregivers utilize while they're on visits help ensure that the clients are receiving the care that they should, as well as ensuring that our caregivers are recognized and compensated for the work that they're providing in a timely manner. EBV is a tool that better supports outcomes for clients, caregivers, and Help at Home as an agency. At its core, when there's issues with EBV, you guys have heard everybody throwing around this compliance term today. Everything that we do is regulated. So when there is an issue, if a caregiver misses a punch, if Rochelle's having issues when she's on her visit because she can't access our app accordingly, or anything that happens while the caregiver there that prevents them from clocking in and clocking out, my team is then responsible for intervening, taking that visit, turning it into a compliant visit so that we can then release that visit for billing and payroll extracts. So that way we can complete that process in a very timely manner and we can make sure that our caregivers are in fact getting paid. CTA team works very, very, very closely with many teams across the company. We're always working with our client services team. We are always working with our caregiver management team. We are also always working with both the RCM and the payroll teams. I'm actually going to pass it back to Nick, and he's going to go into a bit more details about all the other teams that are not represented here today, but are still a huge impact on what we do that's critical for our clients' care in their journey here with Help at Home.
Yeah, I got a couple of teams I want to talk about and shout out. But before I do, I want to say, like, what was really awesome about our leadership conference was being able to highlight Dennis's story and really tie that into like the personal experience that I've had with him. And one of the other things that struck me at the leadership conference too was just how many people, if not everybody, has some sort of a personal story as to why they got into the field that we are all working in. I know for me personally, it was my grandmother who had Alzheimer's dementia. And then I started working with individuals with intellectual developmental disabilities, but I got started very young. And so we really today, again, are highlighting just how much back end support is critical to enabling the care for these individuals. And so as we kind of have gone through this, we really want everyone to think about like their personal experience with the people that they know, whether it's their family, their friends, or maybe just someone that they're providing support to as part of the Help at Home team. But I'll tell you, some of the folks that I'm really grateful for on the back end are RCM, payroll, and IT. RCM is wonderful. They're our revenue cycle management team. Been in a lot of contact with them recently. Typically, we're figuring out problems. They help us with our eligibility, making sure that our clients are qualified for their services and that their authorizations are there. And they also are the ones who are making sure that we get paid. And if we don't get paid, of course, the wheels aren't going to keep spinning. So they have to fight sometimes for just every hour for us to get paid for the services that we've rendered. And then sometimes we have to go back retroactively for things that, I've been working with some of the RCM team members going back almost a year and sometimes even more than that. So they're super helpful. Payroll, every time I reach out to them, I always joke with them that I have to reach out to payroll and just see how things are going every once in a while without there being a fire so that they don't get too used to me just calling them every time that there's a problem with a caregiver's pay. But every time that there is, I can reach out or I can have someone on my team reach out and we can get their problems fixed usually very quickly, whether that's with a supplemental pay or correcting an issue or bonusing a caregiver if we somehow screwed something up or missed things. And a lot of our team members have come to realize that, hey, we're not perfect, but we will always fix it. We'll always make it right. And so payroll really enables us to do that. And then, of course, just recently, you guys, I'm sure at least a good majority of the folks on this call today experienced some of our outages that we had. I think all of our apps were down across most of the company, or at least in Pennsylvania it was. HaH Exchange wasn't working and was finicky. It was all over the place. And without our IT systems and our hardware and our software working correctly, we can't do our jobs. And if we can't do our jobs, we can't make sure that the people that we support are being taken care of to the best ability. So we have a wonderful IT team that's always able to like step in and help us. And I know I've bugged them for quite a few things. But I again, just want to express my gratitude for everybody on the back end that makes all of our just 1 hour of care possible for everybody. And you guys can see there's a ton of tasks and responsibilities and things that we have to do every day just to make sure that we can serve that 1 hour of care. But above all else, what we really are here to do is make sure that people feel seen, supported, and cared for, because that's truly when the most meaningful moments happen. And so I'm going to pass back to Eli, let him wrap us up, and I appreciate all you guys joining us today.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, I really just want to echo that last part that you mentioned. I want to encourage everyone to think of what we do as more than just a task or a job. Every case we can start, every visit we can staff. I mean, every phone call that we field is truly an opportunity to make the lives of so many people so much better. And it's really an opportunity to put a real smile on a real person's face. So I think it's important to remember that, these aren't just names or numbers on a screen that we're looking at all day. These are real lives that we impact each and every day. And I think I can speak for everyone on this call when I say, we're in this field because we're passionate about helping others, and we're passionate about creating positive outcomes for individuals who might not always be able to create them for themselves. And at the end of the day, this is really how we bring our mission to life, and to tie it all together. It's not just by doing more for more, but it's by doing it better together. Thanks so much. So up next, we're going to be spotlighting our Chicago office and the inspiring story of how this team came together with a clear mission. And that's to improve their workplace culture and transform how they support one another and serve their clients. So without further ado, let's welcome Amra, Danielle, and Sharday to share how they turned challenge into connection and how leading with heart created a stronger, united team.
Hi, good afternoon, team. My name is Danielle Moore. I've been with the company for 13 years. I started as a care supervisor, so I'm no stranger to organizational change or structural changes, or operational shifts. We're very adaptable here in Chicago. With change, that growth comes with change, and we're all about elevation here in Chicago. Who doesn't want to elevate and evolve? Transitioning to this role from a branch manager, managing 20,000 hours a week, to managing over 100,000 hours weekly. That was a huge jump for me. It was a big deal. It was kind of hard to, at first. It was challenging, I should say. I was just trying to maintain the growth of the office, and just trying to figure out how to get the team's buy-in, how to get the team to trust that I can lead this office, and I can take us to the next level. But I couldn't do it without an amazing team behind me. So how do I show courage while being vulnerable? So I'll have to give a shout out to Amr. I had to do it, Amr. I'm sorry. She was always there for me. Like every time I reached out for advice or just guidance on like how to adapt to this new role, because it was a challenging transition. Here in Chicago, we had multiple people to come in to try to like help us streamline our daily operations. Yeah, those individuals, they advised us on different ways to like manage our day to day. When initially each branch manager here functioned different. Everyone has a different skill set. Everyone brings something unique to the table. Everyone had a different set of responsibilities at the time. So therefore, it kind of left us feeling like more criticized than supported. So you all might not know, but Chicago, it's a unique branch. We have 6 teams under one roof, but we only have one budget. Like, we have one end goal at the end of the month to hit the budget. So we had to figure out a way to integrate all of our strengths for us to function more cohesively as one unified branch. So we needed a way to just come up with clearer structure to for our day-to-day operations. So once we came together and we realized, like, our strategies, something just wasn't clicking. It wasn't effective, right? So we had to just take a different approach. We figured out, like, hey, maybe we need a different set of eyes. We need some help around here. We need more support. Someone to just help us see things through. Someone to help us just execute the plan that we were trying to put into place. So in order to do that, we had to, sometimes your pride might get in the way, but you got to put your pride to the side sometimes, because pride can hold you back sometimes, and it's not always easy asking for help. It can be difficult just to accept falling short when you're so used to winning, because everybody knows Chicago has always been number one. But sometimes you just have to take a step back and just reevaluate things, and just come up with a different plan. um, the team has been very fantastic, very optimistic about and receptive to the new ideas and the changes that has been put into place. And we're just trying to take the office to another level, to the next level. We're just trying to grow here. So I'm gonna pass it over to Sade to give her perspective on how we just became joined at the hip, right, Sade?
Hi, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sade. I started with the company almost 3 years ago in September. And during that time, I've been in a lot of different spots. I started as a home care aide, promoted to supervisor, then to branch manager and senior branch manager. When I was given the opportunity to come to Chicago, I took it without thought. And from the start, when I walked into Chicago, from the start, I just focused on the team, right? Who we are collectively and what we're capable of, and what was needed to succeed here in Chicago. And with that, my approach, it was simple and genuine. I let the team know I'm here, I hear you, and I'm ready to help. And that mindset helped me start building trust early on with the team. When the team spoke up, we didn't let concerns linger or shift the responsibility. We tackled issues head on with no delays and no deflections. The goal wasn't just to lead by instruction. I wanted to lead by example. Rather than telling the team what to do, I decided to work alongside with the team, just to see, what they could bring to the table, like Danielle said, right? Because everybody here is equipped with different talents that once we bring it together, we can be a force, right? So I listened to them, we followed through, and that became the foundation for everything. Showing up, being present, and listening is what it took to build the momentum here in this building. Um, and that's what made the difference, right? It took a little time, but it made the difference. And what I learned is that leadership is not about compliance, right? It's about buy-in. When we helping the team see the vision, trust the journey, and feel empowered to contribute, and with consistency and connection, that truly moved us forward. I'm gonna hand it back over to Danielle.
And in addition, with James and team, they stand out aside from everyone else who stepped in to try to assist us, because they provided us with genuine assistance, with giving us clear directions, showing us how the team how we can grow, how we can come together as a team, how we can maintain our processes for sustained growth. Things are so much better here in Chicago. Um, Given all that we've seen, given all that's been said, the shift in the culture in the office has changed. Everyone is more engaged now. The atmosphere has visibly improved. I mean, you see more smiles coming into work. Everyone is more excited about our daily huddles, talking through our daily operations and our business highlights, like just talking with the team, acknowledging just simple things like acknowledging birthdays and anniversaries. It's just the simple things. So, and then not to mention just to be surrounded by such great leaders every day. I mean, it's motivational within itself. So, here in Chicago, we have a dynamic team, and we're working closer together every day towards a common goal. We all have one common goal, and that's to just service more clients every day. And I'm going to pass it over to Amra.
Good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Amra. I'm the market leader over Chicagoland, helping support Chicago. So Danielle and Sade got to talk about some of the great changes we made, but I'm going to actually take you a little bit behind the scenes of the people that make the magic happen. So I'm going to switch over to my phone so you guys can see all the people that help us make this possible.
Everybody's getting great shout outs today, you guys, in the chat. Thank you so much for being here and for giving your teammates a shout out on the call. Amra, we got you. We can see you. Is the team out there?
So this is the teams that make it all possible every single day in Chicago. So shout out to all the supervisors, recruiting team, all the office supports, file room, everybody. I do have some individuals here that I would like to shout out and ask them a couple questions. So give me just a moment here. How do I flip this? Okay. Awesome. So if you can tell us, what do you do here? What's your name? And then how do you feel about the recent changes?
My name is Berlina Brown. I'm a care supervisor, and I'm on board with the changes of all the changes with the CTA changes, the caregiver connect that we got coming up. All of it is awesome. It's nice changes.
Awesome. Well, thank you. How long have you been with Help at Home?
23 years.
Wow, 23 years. That's awesome.
The benefits of the CTA is helping the supervisors be able to focus more on their other activities they have at their desk, because as a team, we're working to make sure that the homemakers are fulfilling all their hours, maxing out all their hours, making sure that they're doing their schedules, putting in their tasks and stuff like that. So the CTA team is working with the supervisors to get this done, and it's coming along really good.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that. So I'm going to hand the phone over because it's going to be easier. So if you can introduce yourself, what do you do here and how do you feel about the changes?
Hi, my name is Katoya Roberts. I'm also a care supervisor here. I've been here a shy 9 months, and what I do is ensure that all my participants receive quality care that they deserve. Change is always challenging because you have to learn the ins and outs, but we all, as Ms. Verlina said, came together collectively as a team, and I feel as though if we keep that momentum going, we'll keep on prospering, so it's good with me.
Hi, my name is Heidi Hernandez. I have been with Help at Home for about a year now. I am also a care supervisor. The positive of all the new changes is to be able to better serve our clients and especially our homemakers so that they can make it out to our clients. Being able to give them access to everything at the palm of their hands so that they don't have any issues, and always being available to them. I believe that that's the best part. With what has been mentioned with the CTEA team, gives us the availability to be able to reach out to our workers and to our clients so that we're able to concentrate our time more with them.
My name is Kiana Atkins. I've been with the company 5 years now. I'm also a care supervisor. and the change is good. It works good for the supervisors. Like they all said, it give us more chances to talk to our clients and dedicate our time to our home care aides to make sure they getting all the service, where the clients getting all the service they need, and the home care aides working in a better environment.
Awesome. Perfect. So on behalf of myself and the rest of the Chicago team, we thank you all for this opportunity. And this is where the magic happens.
Congratulations, everyone, on all your hard work. Thanks so much for everybody getting together, and congratulations on all your hard work. It's been so fun to hear from our teammates today, and all of in different markets too, and get to see all those wonderful faces. We don't have much time for Q&A, and that's okay because we've just heard such wonderful stories today, and I'm so glad that we can kind of wrap up our conversation today for our quarterly town hall on a high note. And if you don't have your own confetti cannon, it feels like a day to go out and get one, man. We're doing this thing. We're doing a great job. Keep up the hard work. And I'm going to pass it over to Michelle to give us some closing words before we finish.
Okay, thanks, Megan. And, I'm sitting here in my office all by myself with a big grin on my face for the last 35 minutes. That was so amazing. I want to say a special thank you to Ellie, Brandon, Felicia, Ivan, Krista, Nick, Danielle, Amra, Sharday, the whole Chicago team, which is just on the opposite side of the building here. That was so awesome, you guys. And I was hearing so many real-time examples of courage, curiosity, and conviction. And I just want to call that out. First of all, the courage to get on the camera in front of over 600 of your colleagues, and you can't see their reactions visually. You can see some of the chat coming up, but it takes a lot of courage to get up and talk in front of your peers about what you're doing every single day. So thank you for doing that. Danielle, Charday, you talked a lot about leaning in with curiosity, a curious mindset to be a key influencer to driving changes in the culture of the Chicago office. And I can't underscore how powerful curiosity is in solution solving, in relationship building, and seeking to understand something that might be opaque on the surface. So thank you for sharing that story. And then all of you, conviction, 1,000%. It just really rings true. The conviction that you have on making a difference on the lives of our clients, making a difference on our care teams, working together and really driving results with heart. It's what makes us such a special organization, and all of you are just incredible testaments to that. So I just want to say thank you. And with that, thank everyone. There's 606 people, 607 of us on the call at the end of the hour. Thanks for hanging in over the last 60 minutes. And more importantly, I hope that the past hour really filled up your cup, and that you feel an even greater connection to what we are all anchored here to do, which is to fulfill our mission to enable great days for clients and caregivers in our communities. So thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon.